HyVee halftime report is brought to you by HyVee in Liberty, and our halftime score: William Jewell College 35 and Missouri S&T 29. And it's our good fortune to be joined by Fred Merrell here with us, who is soon to go into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. Welcome, Coach, and good thing to have you here. I'm going to adjust you just a little bit, but welcome first of all to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me, Rick. I really enjoy it.
You have spent so many, there's so much to talk about here, but can you tell me just very quickly some of your best memories about being at William Jewell College?
Well, number one, I met my wife here, and we got our 60th anniversary coming up on the 29th of this month.
That, again, is something we could spend a lot of time talking about. Congratulations to both of you.
Yeah, and, also we should have our first great-granddaughter that week also.
Very exciting. Congratulations again.
Yeah.
Well, what are some memories of school here and coaching here?
Well, I think overall the opportunity to play with the guys that I did, as well as coaches Norris Patterson and Jim Nelson, they were outstanding and really contributed a lot to my future on the coaching and learn how to win and all those things, and they were real gentlemen doing it, so I picked up a lot of ideas and ways to coach.
Sure, okay. Yeah, and they're legendary coaches. What made them good, just kind of generally speaking?
Well, I think Coach Patterson just happened to be ahead of his time. He was doing things back then. We called it a half spin, which is what they're doing now, and they call it the gun, and it's single wing, really. And we half spin and just run the option, same thing. Now, we didn't do it a lot because we run the spinner back, and a little bit different, but blocking techniques and just a lot of things like that. He was just ahead of a lot of the coaches.
Well, you know Tim Crone, who sits to your right, and I'm sure you can tell some stories about Coach Crone, or maybe vice versa. I'm not sure.
Well, I wasn't at Blue Springs when Tim was there, but we kept in contact and through the AD's association and his coaching and living in Blue Springs, and followed him. He's had a great career, and Blue Springs is just an excellent place to live and be involved in the school district.
And again, one of the places you coached.
Yeah, Coach has been around. Coach, it's interesting you said about being a gentleman. Talked about Coach Patterson. We all learn from different mentors, no matter who we are. We all have them. But you're a perfect gentleman. What I said about you in the paper, I sincerely mean. I'm glad I got an opportunity here at Jewell, where we both have a little bit of a connection now together. But, Rick, I just want to tell you, and for the people that are listening, I don't know of anybody who doesn't respect this gentleman. And he has beliefs. He's a good Christian man. He has beliefs. And he lives those beliefs. And he's a great example to everybody. Great high school coach. He got a chance to coach, over Shawnee Mission South. He coached, at St. Mary's. Of course, he coached at Blue Springs. And I came to Blue Springs when Fred left, actually. When Fred left, I came the following year. But I've known Fred for a long time. And as a young coach, I've always had a high respect for a person who's really firm in his beliefs and carries those out on a real basis. I've never heard a player that played at Blue Springs for Coach Merrell ever say anything but good about him. And I think a lot of people don't understand this about Coach, though. He is a tremendous hard-nosed, and I hope you don't take this wrong, hard-nosed competitor. I think he said something in the paper. The article was about him going in the Hall of Fame. It's really true that people don't know about Fred. But he'll get after you. Just because he doesn't cuss and scream like some of us have done, okay? And all of us have our own style. Coach Holly, you may have to go over there and counsel him a little bit after that first half. But he is a man of conviction, but a great competitor as well. And I think that there's a lot of ways to skin the cat. I think even Coach will agree with me on that. But he's done it the right way. And he's got a great family. His wife is my wife's one of the favorite people when I was the president of the AD Association. She loved Fred's wife being around Shirley. She's a great gal. And just a great family. Of course, all your sons have coached. You might want to talk about them a little bit because you've got to be very proud of all those kids.
Well, one of the back when I got into coaching, you go interview for a job and they always ask what your philosophy was. And so I tried to get something simple up, and I said I want to be a coach that I would want my son to play under, and I think that sort of covers it. And the neat thing about I got to coach both sons at Blue Springs, and then they went into coaching, and between the three of us, we've coached 105 years.
That's incredible.
And so
that is incredible.
A lot of young men went through, and so we've had the opportunity to be part of development.
Coach, what does going into the Hall of Fame mean to you coming up here in a couple of weeks?
Well, I'm really humbled by that. I probably, if you look at I think you have to look at the total picture. It's 46 years of coaching, and I was at different schools in the northeast part of the state at Monroe City, started varsity football, and started out at Liberty as assistant, and then went down to West Plains, and didn't have state playoffs until 68, and in 69 we qualified and lost our first ball game in the semis that year. And it seemed like everywhere I've been, it was just sort of a pioneer maybe. At Monroe City, we built a stadium and a new school, and then went down to West Plains. When I left there, we'd developed the stadium and everything.
Same thing at Blue Springs.
Same thing at Blue Springs. And so, I guess when you're real old, you go in and they don't have anything to start with, so they got to go somewhere. But, all those, and then a lot of neat parents, and it's I don't think you can beat the profession of teaching and working with young men. And I've been able to go back to a 50-year reunion at Monroe City, and
very nice.
They're all retired. And you go back and see how those guys have grown up, and it's just really a neat year.
What do you do with your time now?
The last few years, I've probably just been grandpa and
playing golf too. Don't let him kid you. He plays a lot of golf.
Well, I try. I did get a hole in one this summer.
Yeah, you got a hole in one.
Congratulations!
Hey, you've had a great. I was telling you today at the lunch. You've had a great run this year.
Yeah. Well, I just mentioned that week coming up is just really what could you ask for a anniversary present is
right.
all this that's going on. And neat thing about that, I've got 4 that played for me. Charlie Lee from Liberty here, and Rick Frazier from West Plains, and Brian McCrae from Blue Springs, and Travis Oakes from over at Shawnee Mission South. And they make a video, and those guys are part of that on the introduction.
Very nice.
And I just sort of responding with there's more besides the wins and losses. And one of the neat things, a lot of people here in Liberty knew Ken Robinson that passed away about 3 or 4 years ago, and I had him all 4 years at Monroe City. And Ken was the first black athlete to play football here at Jewell in 1965. And we went to his funeral, and Shirley and I were sitting there, and they called a celebration, and we opened up the program, and man, in the first paragraph, it's talking about him going to Monroe City, and he said, the most influential person in my life is Coach Fred Merrell. So
wow,
those things
you can't get any better than that, Coach.
No,
Coach, you can't get $1 million. It's worth it. Hey, one quick thing. I know we got to go.
We got to go.
You don't know this. So tell them about the drop kick.
Oh, well, it varies around. Somebody's got it.
It's quite a story.
It's in the record as 51 yards.
Here at Jewell.
1952, we were playing Thanksgiving Day at Ouachita, Arkansas. And Coach hollered at me. It was late in the fourth quarter, and we were running them over. And I ran out there, and he said, kick a field goal, and went out. And I didn't see where we were standing, and I just got back there, and it looked a little further than usual. And, man, I caught it good. It would have been 65 if we'd been back far enough, but it was 51 yards. And
that's impressive. Coach, I'll bet you could come pretty close to doing that today. It's been great visiting with you. Again, January 25th, the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, and you'll be inducted, and that's a very nice honor for you. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Coach, you're the best. You really are, and well-deserved. You keep smiling. If you tell me it was 51-yard drop kick, I'm believing it, okay?
A 1955 graduate of William Jewell College. It's Fred Merrell. Congratulations again, Coach. And we're back with more in a moment.